Some violent ass strings, man. Oh, are we starting with the Call of Duty thing? What do the numbers mean? Get to the burger shot. Or whatever. The numbers, Mason. What do the numbers mean? Reagan? Oh, God. No. No. No, don't use Firestarter. Don't use Firestarter.
Something big.
Please. No. Don't use Firestarter. Oh my God, don't use Firestarter in your Ronald Reagan Call of Duty game. Oh, God. Flint is rolling over in his fucking grave right now, man. Holy shit. Don't get me wrong, I like the Black Ops games. But like, don't use that song. I'm sorry, but no. That is against the law.
May God continue to bless.
Unless you get to kill Ronald Reagan at the end of the game, then you can use that song. If you get to kill Ronald Reagan at the end of the game, then you're allowed to use Firestarter. But otherwise, don't use that fucking song. Unless I get to kill Ronald fucking Reagan at the end of that game, do not use Firestarter.
It's been 10 years since Call of Duty has been in our show.
It's been that long because these games have been trash, man.
I'm standing here thinking about all the passion that has gone in to making this show what it is. It's an honor.
Your words mean nothing, Phil.
From our partners
they mean
the
absolutely nothing. You should not have been presenting. You should have let somebody else present, dog. Just get some random face out there in a suit. Seriously, just stop presenting this shit. Stop presenting this shit. You've shown your ass. Stop presenting. Are we getting God of War? What is this? Oh shit, it might be God of War. What the fuck is this? I didn't think that Doom would be ready yet, but I guess maybe it is. Are you ready to Doom without Mick Gordon? We'll see. We'll see what the whole soundtrack sounds like once it's out. Okay, that was weird. Yeah, they're desperately missing Mick Gordon. Let's just say that. That there was metal in that, but it wasn't Mick Gordon.
Helped us make something greater than the fear and death that surrounds us.
Can't even think of the name of that zombie game. There's so many fucking zombie games. Yeah, it's that zombie game because you can open the door. Yeah, that's this thing. Is it Days of Decay? What the hell is the name of this game? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I know what the name of the damn game is. I just can't remember. State of Decay. Okay, it was something. Yes, something of something. Yes. Yay. Is this Dragon Age? Yeah, here we go. So apparently this was made to be a God of War like. Wow, Necromancer is a class. Okay. Still think that's a worse title. Fall 2024. Okay. I still think it's a worse title than Dreadwolf. Still no gameplay. Fuck. Oh my God. This game, right? The DLC that should have been included in-game. Yeah, the serpent, yes. The serpent stuff. This should have been included in-game. And it wasn't for some reason. It's the most it's like the most compelling thing in the whole of the game. Like when you're playing it, you're like, oh, this is the most interesting thing in here. And for some reason, you can't explore it because it's just not in the game. They cut it out to make DLC out of it. Such a clownish maneuver. Like nobody gives it. Nobody wants that. I mean, the only problem is it's still going to be this game. Like it's still just a fast travel simulator. So the rest of this crap is kind of like whatever. The only reason to play it is to experience that serpent stuff, and then you'll never touch it again. 76 is still going, huh? That's so nuts. Wow. A map expansion. Really?
Destroy the paintress so she can never paint death again.
What the fuck? That's an interesting concept. Whoa. Party-based, turn-based. Okay. Cool concept, cool art style. I'll be honest, the music is a little much. That's cool. I like that concept a lot. I think that's pretty interesting.
It's just
Look at that
hard
beaver.
to believe this is all really happening.
You mean to tell me
What
your
the
mama
fuck?
never told you stories about critters and weavers? Oh, you're lucky I come along.
Oh my god, it's a giant talking fish.
We're gonna go on. We gotta get ready here.
I'm all ears.
What the
There's a
fuck?
church up a ways
That
with
is a big ass fish.
You better not skedaddle.
Go on now, scoot. I'll pick you up yonder after to go find your mom.
I like this art style a hell of a lot.
Trifling ass mudcat.
Hey,
I heard. Great.
Gotta move quickly now.
Tutorial voice. That's in there.
Wait, that floating island is the gator?
Yeah, tutorial voice. I wonder if you could turn that off. I wondered what this game was gonna look like. It's cool that I kept its, I think it's what, animated on 3s or whatever this style that it's got. I think that's what it's called, animated on 3s.
All right, time to find that church.
Cool. Looks good. This has that modern game problem of over narration though. Now, I wonder if that's just the demo for the sake of people watching that they have no idea what's going on, or if that's actual in-game. Because people were like, man, that Horizon game, man, she talks a lot, but that's probably just the demo. I wonder if that's this game has that same problem where it talks a lot in the demo, but hopefully they know enough to turn it off in game. Yeah, that's this game. It looks really good. I just hope they know enough to tone down that like tutorial talk in game, because that kind of turned a lot of people off of Horizon, and I know why it did, because that gets old really, really fast. And you want to hear the character talk, but just not like all the fucking time. Cinematics. Thanks for the update. You can kind of tell when it's a cinematic and when it's not. You have eyeballs. Oh God.
Altitude 30,000 feet.
What's happening?
Approaching Soviet airspace.
Soviet airspace.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino Yask. in the
Oh,
Soviet
wait.
Mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to
No
Normandy.
way. Snake Eater?
Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be
Okay.
referring to you as Snake from now on. The clock is ticking. This will be a sneaking
Wow.
mission. You must not be seen by the enemy.
This looks
Leave
alright.
no trace of your presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's specialty. In
Only
other words,
only Metal Gear
weapons
Solid
and
game I've ever really
equipment
liked
are on
outside of the
site. That
Acid
goes for
games.
food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
I have to find my own weapons and equipment.
Ha! He's back. All right.
Whose crazy
Good.
idea was this anyway?
The mission rests entirely in your hands.
Is he gonna do the
Real
parachute
one-man
foo?
army.
Wow. Wow, this looks exactly like I fucking remember it. Holy shit. Maybe with better gunplay, but damn.
Speak.
Damn. Damn, son. Man. That looks good. This looks good. Wow. Oh, that looks really good. Holy shit. God, now I just want to play Metal Gear Acid. Fuck.
Commencing virtuous mission now.
Oh, man. Damn. All I want to do is play Metal Gear Acid. Fuck. All I want to play is Metal Gear Acid now. Shit. I guess that's what you get, Jeff. When you make people pay to put trailers up on your show, you don't get any trailers for your fucking show.
Because I am a god too.
I am a talking fox. Interesting music choice. Good music choice. Interesting, but good. I have no idea what this game is. Looks cool, though. Cool travel mechanics. Explosive Souls-like. Not a huge fan of those exact words, but sure. It's got a cool look, cool traversal stuff. That's one of the big problems with a lot of Souls-like is that their traversal stuff sucks. I'm game. I'd try that out.
Good luck, Agent.
The Hitman? No? Okay.
I'm looking at the screen right now.
Huh. Getting weird Mirror's Edge and Assassin's Creed vibes, which is kind of a cool concept on its own. Yeah, there's your Mirror's Edge stuff.
Out to be a lie.
Yeah, wow, I called it.
There's only one.
Mirror's Edge meets Hitman. I'm way into that. Oh, Perfect Dark. Okay. A reboot of Perfect Dark. All right, I'm game for that. That looks way more interesting than I thought that would. If you told me they were going to reboot Perfect Dark, I'd be like, you sure? But that looks really interesting.
Blockbuster games with massive audiences like Call of Duty, Black Ops 6.
Blockbuster, are you still going to use that term, huh? Even though that term doesn't really have the same meaning that it used to, like Blockbuster. Like, nobody really goes to brick and mortar stores to bust the block. You know what I mean? Like, that term doesn't... I don't know. You're gonna still use that term, right? Would it be server buster nowadays?
We're thrilled to have the...
Good read. Real good read. Holy shit.
Maybe I could use some help.
God damn. Holy shit, Diablo. Their stuff looks so fucking cool. It's just a shame the game is kinda... doesn't translate that stuff so super well. Okay, so there is a overarching story. From what I remember of the old Fables, it was a lot of like, I don't know, hand wavy. There's a story, but you're not going to remember any of it. I don't know why this. Oh right, because it's Bethesda, so they have to advertise it here. Right, I forgot. Sorry. My brain is like, why are they making ads for this? Oh right, because Bethesda. Duh, this is Xbox. Duh. It's time for a big gay story, is it? Well, I'm game for one of those.
And prevent.
These games always have big, chunky, old school film cameras in them. I love it. Double exposure, yes. Please just let this franchise die. Please let the franchise die. Just let it go to sleep. It doesn't need to exist anymore. We can move on as a society. We do not need Indiana Jones. We do not need Harrison Ford digitally de-aged anymore. We don't need his disinterested ass anymore. We can move on. We can move. We can move on. We can move on. Please, please, we can move on, please. Please, please, we can move on. Please. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna keep beating the dead horse, are we? Very well. Oh my god, they're really gonna beat the dead horse to death, even more dead than it already is dead, huh? You're gonna do the big boulder thing? Again? Fuck. They already made an armored core. Let's move on. I wonder when Souls like fatigue is gonna start like wearing people down. Like it's I'll be honest, it's already sort of wearing me down because these games don't like push the barrier enough. It's just like Souls like well, what's the difference? Like what are you doing? Is there like any cool traversal stuff? No, you're just not even going to attempt traversal stuff because like that wasn't in the original Souls games. So, well then, what's the point? Like, you can't even make exploration a fun thing. Like, I think that's why the crab game did so fucking well, is because there was fun exploration stuff to do in between the fights. So, like, all these Souls-likes that have zero exploration, and I'm like, oh, so what's the fucking point of this game? It's just so you can go from one boss to the next boss. Like, that's so fucking boring. Yeah, man, Obsidian does something. It's like, I want to check it out, because Obsidian just tries. They try stuff, and it's always interesting, no matter what. What the hell am I looking at, man? It's real interesting, whatever it is. I just don't know what the hell it is. Oh, it's just the Assassin's Creed game. Holy shit.
Our people deserve
what the fuck? I thought this would just be at the Ubisoft thing. Seeing some Ghost of Tsushima parallels here.
There is no
Y'all seeing some mad crazy Ghost of Tsushima parallels there. Holy shit. Oh shit, is this new Metro? No, his shit's too up to date. This is not a new Metro. Is this a new Stalker maybe? Dude, those Stalker games always seem super interesting to me. I could just never get into them because they were, again, like the Monster Hunter games, just like super system heavy and like really obscure and difficult, which was not something I like wanted to spend time on if I'm being really real. But this looks like it's got all sorts of, I don't know, modern touches to it, which would be interesting.
We're introducing a new all-digital Series X and expanding color and storage options across the Series X and S lineup.
Oh right, they make consoles.
They'll be coming to select markets.
Huh. Fallout? Is this 76? Oh, what the fuck? Gears, eh? Why was the Fallout logo there? That was weird. Oh, that was not a Bethesda logo. It looked like a Bethesda logo when it was all fuzzed out like that. Still using this fucking song. I haven't played Gears in a hot minute, man. Still using this fucking song. One really good trailer has totally fucked up all of video game trailers and movie trailers forever. Jesus Christ. Man. What is this, Emergence Day? Oh wow, I called it. That'll be it. That honestly, that's way more interesting than like a Gears 6 or something. That's probably also why they use that song. So that's a fine. Fine. That's fine. Fine. Good use of that. That's fine. Fine. So is this going to be like a Call of Duty game? More or less? Is that what we're getting at?
The mind-bending campaign experience we've been crafting with our partners at Raven.
Mind-bending, I'm sure. That motorcycle is dumb. I'm sorry, it's great, but it's dumb. Man, Black Ops. It's been a hot minute since I played Black Ops, man. Holy shit.
And unique experiences.
Some of these characters, I'm like, oh yeah, that dude.
Players a wide variety. You'll want to replay levels to see them all.
Yeah, that was like Black Ops 2. Was you could go through, and that was like the last Black Ops or Call of Duty really that I played was Black Ops 2, because it was like, oh yeah, you could go through and you could replay missions different ways and they would have different outcomes and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that was like the last Black Ops. That was the last Call of Duty that I really remember playing. I haven't touched a Call of Duty since then because they've become these like really gross, like borderline free to play, like buy all these skins and buy all these weird customization. Like they've become this really gross thing. But I just like, I don't want to play any of that. I don't want to touch any of that. And they've also become really fucking boring. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'm one of those people that really enjoys the single player campaign. If the single player campaign doesn't seem interesting, I'm not going to really touch them. And then I won't really transition over into the multiplayer side of stuff. And also, a lot of the multiplayer combat stuff is transitioned from like long range to the like short intermediate stuff. So like it's like I went from sniper rifles to SMGs, which, you know, I was more of the long range like shooter kind of dude. I preferred that kind of style of combat. I liked it when you could like shoot a dude from across the map, and that was like a viable strategy. But now the multiplayer maps are like, oh well, unless you're equipped with an SMG, you're not gonna have a good time, homie. Like I'm not. That's not my style of multiplayer, like FPS play. So I tend to stick to like Borderlands instead, because I like to shoot with long guns instead. I don't know, that's just my style.
Paying attention to every detail.
Yeah, that's the other thing, was the gun stuff. I know there's legislation going through right now to remove name brand guns from FPSs and stuff. I wonder how that's going to end up affecting games like this in the future. That'll be an interesting thing to keep an eye on from future iterations of FPSs like this. Yeah, I don't know how that'll end up because I know that's kind of why games like this tend to be a little more friendly with, at least my understanding of it, is they tend to be a little more friendly with military and gun manufacturers, is because they want access to the weapons themselves so that they can get the most high-res scans. They can get, like, they can actually use the actual names and models in game. But if legislation goes through that says you can't actually use real names of aircraft, vehicles, guns, explosives, that kind of stuff, I kind of wonder how those relationships with military and manufacturers is going to change. Because if you can't use, you know, F-35, F-34, if you can't use the names of jets, if you can't use the names of guns, if you can't use the names of explosives, what kind of stories are they going to end up telling instead? Are they going to be as pro-government? Are they going to be as pro-gun? Are they gonna, I mean, like, are those stories going to change at all? Because they're not being, you know, as critical about... You're not getting, you know, Spec Ops The Line stories a lot. You're getting a lot of Call of Duty games. You're getting a lot of Black Hawk Down games where they're not being, you know, super critical of the concept of war and fighting and death. You don't get a lot of Spec Ops The Line style stories where you get a lot of, like, how fucked up all that shit really is in the end. It will be interesting to see how the writing ends up changing when you don't get, you know, Smith & Wesson, when you don't get Glock, when you don't get G36C or the G36 variants, like when you don't get the actual names of the rifles and shit in game. Like, you know, what's gonna happen when you don't have FAMAS in the fucking game anymore, when you don't have bullpup reloaded rifles and shit in game, like all that stuff, like when they have to make up their own stuff and they don't have to rely on military, and they don't have to be as positive about that stuff, and they can just sort of go as wild as they want with the writing. I think that would be way more interesting in the long run. That's going to piss off a lot of gun nerds. It's going to piss off a lot of people who are going to be a very specific way about that kind of stuff. But I think in the end, it'll be more interesting. Whether or not that's good for free speech, probably not. Whether or not it's going to force people to change the way that they approach writing, I think it's going to force them to.
Players who make it through Prestige 10 aren't done.
Instead, enforcers are the slayers who like to kill and stay on the move. Recon is all about intel and counter-intel play. And strategists are support players who throw their bodies at objectives for the win or focus on taking out enemy score streaks for the team.
I noticed you didn't bring up snipers. It's good to know they brought Prestige back. I didn't know they even took it out. But yeah, Prestige is something that you would want to have in this fucking game because it's the only thing that made Call of Duty interesting in the first place. It's the only reason you played multiplayer, so you could continue to Prestige.
The game officially launches on October 25th.
It's always October. Or November. It's one of the two. Call of Duty 20. Who knows? Who knows what number this Call of Duty is? It's like fucking Madden games. Like, what Madden is this? What Call of Duty number is this? I wish they would number these Call of Duty games like they do Madden games. That would be fucking hilarious.